Now, you can use these tips also for your nice cameras that you have there, you know, your DSLRs and your digital, you know, big cameras, professional cameras, and hobbyist cameras, and high-end hobby cameras, and all that stuff. But this is really geared to those smartphone users, because I'm always really talking to the smartphone users, because at the end of the day, everyone has one of these. And at the end of the day, everyone will be using their phone camera, their smartphone camera. Everyone uses it. So that's our starting place on our Tip Tuesdays. Okay, I see it. Tip Tuesday, says Cassandra. Blessed, tenacious Tuesday. It's Tip Tuesday. Came in on laughter and smiles. Thanks. There you go. Okay, let's start this. If you're in the building, it's time to get some lessons in photography. It's Tuesday, Tip Tuesday. Elevate your creative portraits. It's going to be a quickie. Elevate your creative portraits. Unlock the power of portrait mode, and let light sculpt the story. So, in your phone, you know, you can definitely in the Samsung Android family, you could put your phone on portrait mode, but you can definitely also in Apple. But definitely the Android folks can do it. Put your camera on portrait mode. Let's talk about it. Number one, master portrait mode. Don't just tap it, meaning just hit that button. Portrait mode isn't just a background blur. It's a storytelling lens. Encourage your subject to step a few feet away from walls or busy background to exaggerate depth. Keep the eyes sharp. Before I go to the next part of this, you understand what's it? Get them out. Don't stick to the walls, because you can't really get the feel of the portrait mode setting on your phone if the person's like on the wall or close up. Move them into an open space. Then, as it says now, keep the eyes sharp. Tap to focus. We talk about this all the time. If you've been listening to our Tip Tuesdays, you know we say this over and over again. Tap. Use your finger, index finger, to tap where you want to focus. But when you're doing a portrait of someone, tap on their eyeball. Tap on the eye. Tap on the eye area. That way the camera knows now you're telling the camera to focus. And then in portrait mode, you get that what we call depth of field. Get that nice milky background like you see here. But keep focus on the eyeballs. Tap on the screen. Try different focal lengths if your phone supports them. For instance, some of us have mini lenses on the back of these cameras, right? I have three lenses. You can go wide, you can go regular, or you can go narrow. You can change the lenses in portrait, in your portrait mode, and create different types of photos. Okay, are you getting it? So make sure, put your camera, your smartphone in portrait mode. Need I show you? Okay, let me go to my camera settings here. And here we go. In here, you can see right there. Let me just pop this off the screen let me just remove that so you can see. You see that? Portrait mode. Portrait mode. Use the portrait mode. Use the portrait mode. And you see how the screen looks on portrait mode? You see? And if I tap right there, well, it has nothing to focus on. It was focusing on me, right? probably looking for me. It's looking for me, or it changed. But if it's looking at me and I tap, you see that? You see? I can tap. You see? Wherever I tap, it's going to focus. You see that? That's how you focus. You focus in that mode, right? Okay, there you go. Tap on the eye right there, right? Look how clear it gets. It's looking for you. You see how it's looking? You see how it's searching? Okay, there you go. That was a good demonstration there. That was a good demonstration. Okay, next one. Chase the light. You know what we talk about in this community. What are photographers? Light chasers. We chase light. We chase light. We look for light on the subjects. We look for light on the subject. Natural light is still king. We got flashes, we got all kinds of stuff, but at the end of the day, natural light is the best. Then shape it. Natural light is still king. Golden hour offers soft skin tones and dramatic warmth, right? Indoor place subjects near windows and let light fall in from the side for a Rembrandt style shadows. Or use sheer curtains to diffuse harsh sunlight into painterly softness. And what I mean by that is, like, you see that behind me, this is diffuse light. You see, I have diffuse light. I could have had a sheer curtain as well. Let's say the sun was outside. The sun was beaming outside. You can use your sheer curtains to kind of like soften the light. So that way the light is still on your subject or the person, and get that beautiful light on your subject. Dr. Taki says, I love these lessons. Right? So natural light is still king. And I remember, we always joke about it. Photographers joke about it all the time. Everybody looks good in the golden hour. Everybody's skin looks yummy in the golden hour. What's the golden hour? For those that don't know, the golden hour is the hour before the sun sets. The hour before the sun sets. You get these beautiful hues of gold. That's right. Lisa, behave yourself. That's right. You're going to go to detention. No talking during class. Okay, here we go. Here we go. But you can hit the likes. You can hit the likes. You can do that while we're talking. Hit the likes. Next one. Oops. Let me go back. Sorry about that. Next one. Number 3. Embrace shadows as part of the composition. You get shadows of trees and all that stuff, it's okay. Don't shy away from the shadows. They add dimension, mystery, and mood. Try split lighting, half of the face, like you saw how I did the elephant. Half the face was in the shade, dark, and the half was in the light. Half shadow. For an edgy vibe, or use blinds, leaves, or lace to cast texture patterns onto your subject for a more abstract feel. You ever seen those nice portrait photos and they have the shadows of the window blinds? Always love those shots. I always love those shots when you get the eyes just lined up in the light and you got the lines of the window shade. You can do that with your smartphone. You can do that. Obviously, you can do that with your other cameras. But I want you to go to the basics of your smartphone. You can do it, and it'll look so professional. Next one. And after you've done all of that, after you've done the first 3 tips, Edit with intention. After capture, tweak tweak depth intensity if your phone allows. Now, everyone has an editing tool on their phone. Use your editing tools. But if you don't want to use the editing tool that came with your phone, there are two that I always recommend. I say it all the time: Lightroom and Snapseed. Okay. Also, you can boost shadows slightly to preserve texture, or go monochrome, which is black and white, to emphasize contrast and mood. Now, a lot of folks say, Ron, do you shoot in black and white? Very rarely. I don't shoot in black and white because I have all these tools that if I take the picture, now there's a certain look about shooting in black and white. Don't get me wrong. There is a certain feel of the picture when you take it in black and white. And your phone, you do have on your phone black and white. You can do what's called monochrome. But I like to take pictures in color because I like color. But then when I take the picture in color, I'm thinking in black and white. Does that make sense? When I take the photo in color, I am thinking in black and white. And then when I get to my editing tools, then I can go and hit one of the filters or one of the little settings and make it black and white. Every program has. You have it through Snapseed, make it black and white. You can go through, I always say Lightroom because I use Lightroom all the time. Black and white. Yes, like the full color one that Lisa, the Ghanaian girl, it was shot in color. And then I changed it to black and white. So there's a black and white version and there is a color version. Yes, I always shoot in color, just my preference. And then I edit in black and white. But when I photograph, I am thinking in black and white. Like I love to go into an area in the city and look at how the shadows of light and dark and how the light is harsh or the light is in contrast. And I'm looking at all these little, compositions. And then I make a decision in my head, what kind of photo I want to take. What's my outcome? I am already thinking about the outcome. Here's another trick of the trade and photographers will tell you. Most photographers are not shooting in the moment, for say. Most photographers already know their outcome and they are photographing with the outcome in mind. They know what they want the photo to look like. They see the photo already in their head. They are now taking the photo to meet the outcome. Does that make sense? They see the photo first in their head, and then they accommodate to create it in real time. So think like a photographer. Think about what you want. What is your goal? What do you want to achieve? What do you want the outcome of your photo to look like? And then work on how to get it there. And that may be making shadows, taking this, using blinds, using leaves, using different things to shadow someone's face, or create foreground by putting a branch in front of the lens, so that way it's just slightly below the subject, so that way you got some foreground. There's always tricks to the trade, but know your outcome. Think as a person trying to create your outcome. Next, number 5, make it personal. You want good portraits? Make it personal. And we are talking about smartphones, right? Right? And a smartphone will give you some great portraits. Now, we also know that the big cameras there's some things that this camera will not do that the big camera will do. But if you choose to use your phone for portrait time with family and friends, you're on the fly, you're spending time with folks, you have the best capabilities right here. Use them. So make it personal. The most unforgettable portraits aren't perfect. Let's say that again. The most unforgettable portraits aren't perfect. They're honest. Encourage your subject to move, miss shots, play with the expressions. I always tell, laugh, smile, jump, do something. Don't just do something. Whatever comes natural to you. Don't try to be someone else. Be you in the photograph. As I take this portrait, as I take this shot, just be you. Let it be honest. Play with the expressions and hold a meaningful object. Grab a prop. Like, that's that, right? Grab a prop. You can make all kinds of photos. Grab an umbrella. Grab a red jacket. That's how you create your outcomes. A touch of vulnerability creates emotional weight. A touch of vulnerability creates emotional weight. Keep it real. Keep it honest. That's how you keep it personal. Last but not least, this week, what kind of portrait photos will you capture? This week, until we meet again next week, your assignment for this week, what kind of portrait photos will you capture? Use some shadows. Use the sun's, the golden hour. Yeah. Use some props. Take a scarf and wrap it around your head and take some good shots, or the person that you want to take pictures of. Use what you have. Keep it honest. There you have it, y'all. There you have it. That's your lesson for today. That is your Tip Tuesday. That is your Tip Tuesday tip. You can use these phones to take wonderful portraits. So this week, take some portraits. Every time we do these assignments, I hope every time we do these assignments on Tip Tuesdays, I hope that you take the initiative to go out into your world and photograph using these tips. That's how you learn. That's how you build on your education. You just had an educational moment. So now take your phones out this week. Take portraits of someone you love. Take portraits of your daughter, your son, your mom, your dad, grandma, grandpa, co-worker, people that you care about. Take portrait shots. Use what you just learned here today. Okay. Anyways, that's what I wanted to say with you all. That's what we had today. Anyway, if you want to learn photograph your world. That's what I believe in. Photograph your world, home, work, or play. Virtual Basic Photography 101. fun tutoring using your camera model, creative instruction, and learning at your pace. Available in-person tutoring in New York City. Well, that may change in the future, but now it's still true in New York City. But if you want lessons, reach out to me, slide into my DMs, and we can work out a tutoring session schedule for you. Next, if you want to be on the mailing list, go to ronlouisphotos, and that will put you on the mailing list in case we cannot contact, in case we don't have the internet any longer. Maybe we only can do emails. This is the way I'm able to stay in contact with you. So join the email listing at ronlouisphotos.com. Also, if you're looking for an event photography, for a photographer, for event photography, for corporations, events, even news events, give me a call. Slide my name into my DMs or send me an email. Okay, there you have it. And last but not least, thank you, Patreon members. Your support helps us create amazing content. Thank you to the Patreon community. This lesson can also be found on the Patreon page. And let me just get that. Is that all set up? Is that all set up? Yes. Hold on. Let me give you that so you'll have it. Oh, Gwendolyn got me into doing this thing. So if you go to Patreon, if you go to our Patreon page, there it is. This is the article for today. This is the article for today. Elevate your creative portraits. Everything is right there. Everything is right there with all the other tips. So become a Patreon member. Become an 8 Patreon member. That way you have access to all this stuff. Okay? There you go. And you'd be supporting what we do here. Thank you. Also, if you can always find ways to support what we do here. There's many ways to support. Lisa says, New York City will be as hot as Death Valley today, breaking a 137-year-old record. Be safe, guys. Yes, it's hot out here. It's hot out in these streets. Cass says, awesome tips, appreciated. Jazzy says, homework? You're giving us homework? Absolutely. Every time we're on Tip Tuesday, you have homework. Homework is a good thing. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is our water cooler day. And anyway, just want to say I love you. Have a good day. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. Drink lots of water. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.